Hey guys, here we are back on Cheriton. If you guys remember last video, we basically kind of updated Main Street a little bit, and we kind of brought it over to the left a little bit more, just so it's more elongated instead of having it all on the right side of Main Street. And we also upgraded this bottom road to be a double laned. We have an extra arterial, which is great. Oh, by the way, in between this video and the last video, I just did this like literally 5 seconds before I started, is I just changed and moved these some of these buildings just so they're more in line with the road. And apparently that fixed the glitch. If you guys remember last video, there was a glitch where it said like the pedestrians can't reach the building. Apparently if you just move them closer, it fixed that glitch. So I guess that glitch is fine now. There's no issues. There is a burglar and there's a hearse thing, but that's because my stuff is still down. Another thing is, so this lane right here, I was thinking of changing this from a lane to a pedestrian street, and I think it would look better. Now I need to obviously change. I need to change this, and actually I'm gonna change the orientation so it goes this way. But yeah, I kind of thought this would be a better pedestrian street so people can just walk down here instead of having to drive down an alleyway, especially because an alleyway doesn't even make sense here, especially if my houses are going, you know, if they're going north-south, then having my alleyway go west-east doesn't make sense, but having a pedestrian path going west-east makes a little bit more sense. So I thought that was more fitting. And honestly, just for today's episode, I kind of want to, okay, one, I'm going to unpause just for a little bit, just to get the game moving and stuff like that. Sadly, a building burned over here. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, these are the houses I was gonna get rid of anyways. Okay, I'll just keep that then. What I'm gonna do is, most of my unhappiness is caused by my budget for police. If I boost this up to 100%, ooh, I'm still making like 4,000. Wait, what else is also like unreliable healthcare coverage? Okay, well, if I boost this up to 100, I'm still making 3 grand. Okay, unreliable internet service, that makes sense. Okay, the high crime risk seems to still be an issue, which is annoying. I just want to see how many police. Okay, we have 5 dispatched, patrolling. I don't know, they're still just patrolling, they're not really doing anything. How many? Wait, does this add a vehicle? Adds another patrol car, and it adds 50% capacity on jail. We only have 3 criminals arrested right now, so I don't think we need that yet, but that is a really good upgrade actually. And also it'd make this a little bit, like, make this area a little bit more pleasing to the eye, because it's kind of ugly, but I guess that's what the alleys are for. They're kind of to hide things, so makes sense. Also, can't cars park on the side? Oh my gosh, wait, my parking lot's maxed. Okay, patients, you have 6 patients. Okay. Yeah, no, it looks like for the most part this is good. I still don't get how to prevent the high crime risk though. I don't know, for the most part it doesn't seem that big of a deal though. How many hearses do I have here? 0 out of 8. What? There's no vehicles in use, yet there's one waiting for a hearse. I'm confused. Okay, I don't know why, but sure. And oh my gosh, we got these brick buildings again. I don't like them. Get rid of them. I don't like those dark brick buildings. They're not my vibe. I think for this episode, it'll be good to mainly get more of a downtown area over here. It's not gonna be downtown, but it's gonna be more, I guess, detailed than just zoning an entire row. But I'll also get rid of these. But yeah, let's, I guess, get started on making this more of a beach town. And we'll go into a time lapse right now. Perfect, that looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna stop the time lapse for a little bit because I've kind of been going crazy. I kind of went like a little too, you know, perfectionist brain kind of took over me for a little bit. If you guys can see kind of what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this more of a, what's it called? Like a riverside town, which it is. But I mean, like, I'm trying to make this more of a, like a, public riverside place, with this being the main attraction. Now, this is a custom asset by Fallen Druchi, if you guys want to grab it. It is a beautiful European asset. Now, I know I said I was building an American town, but I think this asset just fits so beautifully, especially because we are literally on the river. So having this beautiful asset that just like goes over top of the river, and I think it's a restaurant actually. Yeah, so it provides meals. So it is a restaurant. Not only that, but obviously when Europeans came to America, these buildings were built because they were inspired by Europe. Now this is more of a, I guess, German building. This feels more German, Dutch kind of building. Which is fine with me. For now, I think I'm just gonna roll with it. But I think it's kind of nice because there's like bicycle parking, there's regular parking for anyone who wants to do this. And then also I put a lighthouse here. I thought it was fitting to go with the vibe. So I decided to put a lighthouse. Now, as you can see, what I did is I put a pedestrian street here and I put some commercial uses and then I put some more row housing here. And this is what I'm going to basically do for this entire block. The reason I just didn't go ahead and just do all of it is because I kind of wanted to explain my thought process before continuing, but we are going to go right back into a time lapse. I just wanted to explain that for you guys real quick. Also, another thing with the happiness is the high crime risk has gone down since I increased the budget for the police. So that is good. So what I think I might do real quick is, if we need another patrol car, we might need more jail cells and another patrol car. We only have 4 prisoners right now, 4 people in jail, but I think that might go up as the population goes up, especially with this expansion. And we might need another patrol car to bring that, you know, to bring that crime risk down. So that's gonna bring it down quite a bit, just to have an extra one patrolling. So yeah, that will increase the happiness as well. But basically, let me just finish this kind of riverside area and then I'll show you guys. So let's go back into a time lapse. Okay, cut time lapse just for another second. You guys can probably see more of a vision now on what I'm trying to do. I put a dockyard lounge park and then I put just a small park here. And then what I did is I kind of just fenced it off just so it's like more, you know, community vibes. I think for the most part, I'm actually really glad and happy on how this is coming along. These communities seem like so much more close together and stuff like that. Look at these the parking's almost filled up here and people are walking down the street and it's just beautiful. I think I kind of love just how this feels like a beach town on at least this side. Now, like I said, I am gonna change some of these blocks that aren't looking the best, but for the most part, this feels more of a beach town, and you can see it kind of blends in. Like, it doesn't look like it abruptly changes to a beach town. It kind of blends in. Now, again, some of these blocks, like these houses and these houses, I'm gonna change them to make them more compact. But for the most part, it doesn't look horrible. Like, especially compared to downtown, the beach town is very similar to downtown, which I really like. Except it's more of a focal point, which I like. It's just, it makes the city more touristy, which is what I'm trying to do. It doesn't need to be just a good place for other people, but a good place for tourists as well. And not just a good place to call home. Another thing I will do real quick, just because I don't want cars parking on this side, is I'm just gonna make the sidewalks wide. That doesn't necessarily do anything, but I'm just gonna do that just so they don't park there. Another thing what I'll do actually is I think I'll grab, hickory would look nice, and I'm gonna make them snap, and I'm gonna replace these side trees with the hickory trees. I just think they look more I don't know, beautiful, and they're also to the region I'm building in, so they might be a little too big. No, they kind of give the houses more privacy, and they block some noise pollution, so I think it is a win. What I don't like is people parking on the side of this alleyway. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to deal with it, but not a huge fan of that happening. It looks like for unemployment wise, most of these have all the employees they could ask for. So I am gonna really quickly check. My unemployment is 11%. That is insanely how, oh, my electricity's gone down again. I guess these guys can't, yeah, power station overload. Huh, I guess I'll get some battery extensions. I don't think that would hurt to have some battery extensions. Does that help or? Yeah, okay, apparently that works. Yeah, I guess it's nice to have, like, it's 11.5% unemployment is kind of high. That's like pretty high. I was also thinking of changing this intersection from the highway, but I think that'll be a time for another day. But for now, I think I just want to fill out this entire block and see if I can go all the way to the end. So we're gonna go back into the time lapse, and I'm gonna finish out this beach town. So, just cutting the time lapse real quickly. Since my unemployment is so low, I think it might be worth it to do, or sorry, my unemployment's so high, I want to lower my unemployment. I think what I'll do is I'll use a couple of these generic offices. Now, these generic offices are made by, I forgot. I'll show you guys in a minute, basically. But since I do have low density offices actually available, I am able to place these the generic offices. Now, the only thing I will say with these generic offices is they require high education workers, and we only have a high school. We don't have a college. Now, the Sims in this can go to other cities and go outside of the bounds to go to college if they wanted to. Now, eventually I want to have a college on, you know, obviously on here, but I think for now it might be just worth it to just place a couple of these offices just to bring down the density. Now, some of these are a little too modern, some of these are a little too high as well. I don't want sky rises, obviously, but I also don't want, you know, I don't want zero jobs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place like some of these like that. Some generic offices that aren't too big. I don't want these massive buildings. I kind of want like, yeah, buildings like these. Maybe one of those, right? Like kind of these. Wait, can I actually just filter it to 2x2s? I kind of want 2 by whatever. Yeah, there we go. And then have, let's see, can I put, I'm gonna put that one there, and I can't fit another one there, but it's fine. I could figure something out. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this block into like an office density. Now, it's going to be beside this pedestrian path. Actually, you know what I might do? Just to keep the flow of traffic and keep the flow of like footprints is I might make that go down there. Right, and then what I'll do is obviously I'll get rid of the sidewalks. You guys can see for the pedestrian paths, I've been getting rid of the sidewalks. I just don't think they're needed. But yeah, basically what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and make these as like little park paths for these buildings, because you know, when you're beside an office building and you need to get lunch, you don't want to be next to residential, right? You want to be next to things that can give you some entertainment, rest your feet, you know, go chillax. And I think this urban pocket park would be perfect right here, because what it does is it provides the area with food, because there's food carts. I mean, like, it doesn't actually provide it with food because, you know, we got to use our imagination in this game sometimes, but it does provide like a more realistic stance, because they have this, like, you know, you have these food carts, these tables, and these sitting areas that are fit for what you would see near office buildings. This is like a pretty common thing that you'd see in real life. Now, I just want to see if I can fit maybe another building right in here. It looks like I can. It might be a little snug, but it looks like I definitely can. Let me see. That's a little too big. That's the same one. Don't want to also, another thing is I don't want to repeat too many buildings. I want to have these buildings feel not really repetitive. Now I'm gonna grab these, right? I'm gonna put one, I guess I could put one next to the pocket park, right? And then I can have one, I guess, along the lines of here. That's too big in my opinion. I think it's too tall, too big. But yeah, let me just see if I can fit 1, 2, and then you know what? I might leave this space open. But yeah, I think for office wise, that looks good. Let me just look at my employment real quick. 7.4, you see? So it did bring it down to have this little office on the river. And also, people need office jobs. It is a pretty common thing. Instead of having commercial everywhere to just feed the unemployment demand, I need to have office jobs for the smarter people. Same with industrial. Industrial is for usually less educated workers than the office demand, but you still need them. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm just gonna decorate this area so it doesn't look so chunky. And then I also did place, sorry, I didn't show you guys, but I placed a park maintenance depot because as I said, these parks will go down in maintenance as time goes on. And to keep that, you know, keep that maintenance up, I feel like it makes sense to have a maintenance depot near all the other parks and stuff like that. And it also kind of fits the vibe of the Riverside City, so yeah. But we're gonna go back into the time lapse and I'm just gonna finish this corner and decorate this corner. All right, we can finally cut the time lapse. Now, I know that took 5 years, but I am super proud of this. I do apologize for how long this video is, but we have a power problem. Again, what is going on? Power station overload, battery depleted. Oh, it's also, wait, the battery's also depleted? Oh my gosh, I'm so low on money. I didn't realize how low on money I was. Wait, was I not paying attention? Oh my gosh, I guess I wasn't paying attention to how low I was. Why is this not working? Oh my gosh, dude. That is freaking... That is worrying. I guess I'll place another one. Okay. That is worrying how low I am. But for, I guess, for the most part, it's fine. It's fine for now. I was super low on money, but it's fine now. Also, my happiness is now awesome. The only thing is walking distance to elementary school. That's fair. The only elementary school is pretty far away if you live on the left side. Wait, that's the east side. If you live on the east side, it is pretty far away, so I can understand that. It's not that far though, so I guess it's not a huge problem. But it looks like we have more people in our elementary than our high school, which is a good thing. And yeah, I think for the most part, I am really proud of this. Look how busy and bustling this main area is. It's beautiful. As you can see during the time lapse, for these offices, I put some parking and stuff like that. Kind of made this more compact. Looks like I missed something here, but that's okay. That happens. Oh, maybe I should use a little bit more dense. Yeah, there we go. Just like, you know what, where basically bushes would be, just always good to have some foliage and stuff. Basically, like these I don't know what these are called. These like dandelion bushes, they're beautiful. I actually really love them. Let me turn on anarchy. Sometimes it doesn't like that I'm overstacking it, but whatever. Deal with it. Anyways, yeah, so we got this beautiful pocket park, which actually fits so perfectly within the offices. Looks like we also have a little bit of a gap here, which I want to see if I can fit maybe a park. Ooh, I can do the urban parquet. Is that what it's called? Yeah, urban parquet. And then what I could do is I could just grab whatever this is, which I'm pretty sure that's it's a base game pavement, but I don't know which one. And it's gonna take me 5 years to find this one. No, this one. Yeah. So it's this one. And that's cool. So we have a little park behind here as well, which is going to be fitting and it's going to look nice. Let me just, you know, fill in this with a little bit more bushes. And boom, detailing done. We have a little parquet here. You know, like to have no grass patches, except for if I put bushes, it just makes this area more lively and more compact. And I think for the most part, I am really proud of this entire area. Looks like power is starting to come back, and also it looks like my money is going up to 5,000 an hour, which is awesome. We got this dockyard lounge park, which I love. Very beautiful. I'm surprised why I'm earning so much money considering how many parks I put down, and I'm spending $100,000 a month on parks now. Last episode it was like $400 a month on parks. So considering how much I'm spending on parks, I'm surprised how much I'm making. But I guess that's what happens when you put down a bunch of new offices and stuff. Like it looks like industrial I'm actually making the most out of, but residential, that took a boost in taxes because I put down so many row homes here. Also population almost boosted by $1,000. Another thing is during this road, by the way, I was looking at it and I thought, holy crap, the Holland Heritage Windmill looks so perfect. Doesn't this look beautiful on the roundabout? Also, there's a little gift shop, so it adds a little bit of indoor recreation and stuff like that. So I thought that was cute, and it just fits so perfectly on the roundabout. Like it perfectly a centerpiece right there. I don't know if this has any noise pollution. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Huh. That's actually awesome, dude. The park maintenance depot, as you can see, has employees. So mainly a lot of all this would also bring down the unemployment. See, unemployment 0.1%. At the beginning of the episode, it was 11%. Now it's 0.1. That shows how much you can get done if you just grind and if you just place down buildings. That will go down naturally. I think it's mostly to do with these offices though. Oh, these only have 6, 14, 14, 11, 12. This one doesn't even have a company yet because it just doesn't need it, I guess. Okay, well that's just gonna cost money sitting there. But again, as I continue more on population, these will need, you know, these will gain companies and employees. So I guess it is fine for now. Another thing I really want to change actually just really quickly is this pathing. It's a little bit of it's like a dirt path. I kind of want to change that into a more pavement because it fits the vibe of the area and the alleyway and everything. So I just think it's more fitting. But yeah, I think for the most part, this is really beautiful. We got office density. We got row housing. We got a dockyard lounge park. We got this whole like Dutch kind of style. We got this little nice heritage windmill. We got a lighthouse. We got this whole pedestrian street filled to the brim with commercial, and we even I don't even think I showed you guys, but I even placed down this little fish and chip shop, which I thought fit perfectly right in between here. This is the same creator, by the way, Trist, who made who made all those assets I put in the downtown here, like the Hellenic Greek restaurant and the South Asian grocer. Like those stores and stuff like that, it's the same creator. So if you guys want to get the fish and chip stops, it's there. But I kept it for here because I thought by the river, fish and chips, it makes more sense, right, to have a fish and chip shop near the river. Okay, I don't know if these are supposed to look closed, but it looks like they have a company and they are open for business, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't like how it looks closed, but some of these other ones look more beautiful. I like that there's different variations in colors as well. But yeah, I think for the most part, commercial wise, I think we're fine because we got the fish and chips, we got this giant Eastern European looking restaurant, and then we also got some amenities like the multicultural food lot, which I also put over here, which I thought looked beautiful. We have the gift shop with the heritage windmill. We got some tennis courts over here as well, and I just think overall, like, the lounge park, we got a small park as well. Overall, there's way more activities and things to do, which should boost our abundance of entertainment that shot up since the beginning. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and let me know if you guys want to see more videos where it's mainly time lapses and me expanding, or you want to see me do a little bit more detailing, because I'm not sure. But this episode, I think I got way more done than the last 3 episodes combined. So honestly, I don't know, it depends on if you guys like it. This video was like an hour and 20 minutes raw footage though, and usually I only record for 40 to 50 minutes, so it is on the longer side, but it is more time-lapsey. So I don't know, let me know if you guys want to see that more, but I'm going to end this here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm also going to do a time-lapse real quick. Goodbye.